Uh, Guys, from our platform, this is a kind of a different kind of video. We usually have been sharing videos regarding chess and other sports in general. Usually they have been short videos. But something happened last night, and as chess lovers and students of this beautiful game, we thought we should give our opinion, give our point of view, how we look at it for our viewers, for our readers, and share to the world what we think about it. I hope everyone knows the earth and the tectonic movement that has happened in the chess world last night during the World Blitz and Rapid Championship. Magnus Carlsen was disqualified for the ninth round, and the reason being he was wearing a jeans for dress code violation as per Fide. And after this, he was not disqualified for the tournament, but he was disqualified for the ninth round. And after this, as a response, Carlsen, Magnus Carlsen himself withdrew from the tournament, the World Rapid, as well as the coming, because World Rapid Championship will get over tonight, and tomorrow World Blitz had to begin. He has withdrawn himself from the World Blitz Championship as well. This is kind of a 20-30 year kind of moment which rarely comes in the sports. It usually doesn't, things simmer behind the surface, below the surface, between the governing bodies and the players, but they usually do not come out in this manner, in this way, to the forefront. Although it is nothing new for the chess world. If anyone, I am old enough to remember 1994, 1995 Saja, when Kasparov challenged Fide and called for in the World Chess Championship, and you can go and check that out. Why I wanted to respond to this video, or rather we wanted to respond to this video, was that the safer way to look at it would be to, there is always two sides of the coin, and we should not be judgmental about anyone, because a lot of the people, and as are the posters behind, or the visuals behind suggest, as we are with the team Carlsen, but not exactly. What we are with, we wanted to share with you. So, firstly, I'll begin with, as I was saying, the easier way is to say there's something right in between. Neither one of them is right, there's something right in between. Or to put it simply, to take a more balanced view rather than going with the one side. The other way, the more popular way, would be to beat as if Carlsen is all right and Fide is all wrong. Although the arguments are being put from both the sides, I'll just briefly summarize those arguments from you and then put it how do I think about it? How do we think about it? So Fide says that Carlsen in the round 8, round 7, round 6 began yesterday. After round 6, in round 7 and round 8, he was warned about not wearing a chess. He was given a $200 fine. He was made to pay a $200 fine for dress code violation. As per the rules of the tournament, the formal dress was required, and jeans was not considered as a part of a formal wear or formal dress. After the 8th round, Carlsen was asked to go to the hotel, or between the rounds, 7th, 8th round, I don't know the exact details. He was asked to go to the hotel, and which as per Fide is very close by. It's walking distance of 5 to 10 minutes. He was asked to go to his room and change the attire and come back in something which is more appropriate, as if he was not appropriate. And then Carlsen said he requested the officials, the tournament organizers, that he was a bit forgetful about this code, and he is a bit sorry for it. And he said tomorrow it will not be repeated. He'll come in the proper attire tomorrow, and for today only one game is left. The round 9 was left. He should be allowed to continue. The fine was already imposed on him, and he said yes to it. Okay. But as per the people there, the organizers, they said it cannot be allowed, and he was disqualified from the 9th round. He was not paired up against anyone in the 9th round, which meant he was given 0 points, or rather -1 to say. Now, what they are saying is why they believe they are on the right here is that they said this is not just for Carlsen. Chess is bigger than Carlsen, and if certain kind of rules are made for all the players, why Magnus Carlsen should be given an exemption from following these rules, or why should Fide be impartial? Should be partial towards, should be lax towards Magnus Carlsen, because Ian Nepomniachtchi, one of the top five players in the world, some violation with his dress was also found, that he was wearing a sweater or something, and he was asked to go and change, and he, rather than putting any argument, he went back and changed and came back. So as per Fide, why Carlsen cannot do the same? Why it has to be special for Carlsen and not for everyone else? And from the outside, if you look just at this, it sounds quite okay, because at the end of the day, undoubtedly, as per me, although I am not one of the best chess players, the best followers of chess, but as per me, Carlsen is undoubtedly one of the best players ever to play the game. Although these comparisons across the timeline are not very good. Right now, since the last 15-20 years, undoubtedly, he is untouchable as the world's number one. He is the best chess player in the world in all formats. He has been a 5-time world champion in the classical format, and he has not been participating in it for the last 2 cycles. But he has been ongoing winning. I guess he has won 7 times the World Blitz and Rapid Championship. And all the competitions, whichever he participates, especially in the lower time control events like Rapids and Blitz, he blitzed through everyone. So, Carlsen is undoubtedly one of the greatest players of all time. But in spite of all that, chess is above Carlsen. Nobody is above the game, as the old adage says, as the old saying says. Nobody is above the game, and rightly so, nobody is above the game. Chess was there before even Magnus Carlsen as a player was there, or whether he was born. And chess will be there even after Carlsen is done and he's burnt to ashes. Chess will be there. As a game, it will survive Carlsen. And moreover, Carlsen as a player has been doing good, but he has been at loggerheads with the Fide, with the organizers of these international chess federations and stuff. He has been at loggerheads at certain points in his career. So Fide's argument sounds pretty decent, pretty good. Ki yes, Carlsen should be made to follow the rules. But, and this is an important but here, does in that case we all believe Fide represents the game of chess? Are the people, the chess federations and all these kind of bodies in cricket, these cricket control boards or the chess boards or the chess federations, are they the sole, the game as a sole is the proprietorship of these people, of these organizations? Are they sole arbitrators of these games? Is chess solely represented by Fide? If Fide has claim to representing chess, do not all the players, the likes of Nakamura, Caruana and Carlsen, have the right to claim themselves as arbitrators of this game? At the end of the day, I follow the game, I love the game because of Carlsen, because of Vishy, because of Arjun, and the umpteen number of players. You might be following chess, or you might be a fan of chess because of these players. So the players and the audiences are the most important stakeholders. Where does Fide come in? How much of this control can be given to Fide is the important point here. Because I cannot believe when the evidences will come out in a day or two, and as Carlsen after this entire saga and came out with a colorful F word for the Fide, FU, and he said that the issue has been bubbling for quite a while, and Fide has not been happy with the way even he used the word threatening, has threatened the players who were who participated in the freestyle, Fischer style chess championship, and there's an entire saga of it. The issues had been going on. So at the crux of it, to an extent, as far as I believe and I see it, it is more of a power struggle. Fide wants to be the sole arbitrators of this game, deciding the way things need to be followed. And if someone does not toe the line, he'll be made to pay the price and he'll be outcasted from the group. And on the end of Carlsen, the viewpoint, the fight is that he believes that he can uh, do for chess more than, say, something like a Fide. And herein, I'll say I started following Carlsen the day in 2012, 2013, if you remember, when he was pitted against Vichy for the World Championships. And I wanted really hell for Carlsen. I hated him like when he defeated Vichy for the 2 consecutive times. I was a great Vichy fan. And usually as an Indian, we knew chess because of Vichy. Vichy Anand, Vishwanathan Anand. So I really hated Carlsen. And not just that, but even after those a lot of times, it felt as if, because he seemed the mighty, the all-powerful, all the power vested in his hands. But after those 2-3 years, and for the last, especially for the last 5-10 years, 5.5, 6 years, if you have been following Carlsen and if you've been listening to what he has been saying about chess, I cannot believe that he comes across as, I'll say he comes across, at least on the face value, as someone who deeply loves the game, who values the game, who at times can sound arrogant, who at times can sound like he knows all a bit. Although that would be an oversimplification, not knows all, but sometimes he comes across as a bit arrogant, one could say. Although arrogant might not be the right word as well, but anyways, I get you, I hope you get the crux. But he talks about chess. He is invested in the way the game can be evolved. The way he talks that the memorization in chess has ruined the creative aspect of chess. And he has been sounding great about all young players. He greatly values Firuza, who defeated him in the classical format. And he has global chess fan following, it goes without saying. So Carlsen doesn't come across as someone who believes in chess just as a power grabber. He just doesn't want to be someone who wants just to have control of all the power of the administration and doesn't treat simply chess as money minting guy. As I don't know the intricacy of it, but as far as a viewer, as an audience, this is my opinion about Carlsen. And he is undoubtedly today 50% of chess fame in the world. I can say it on board, 50 to 60% of chess fame in the world belongs to Carlsen. There might be very good players, very, very good players, the likes of Gukesh, Arjun Agassi, Nakamura, Fabiano, Ian, so many great players. But all pitted, they're all popularity, they're all their credentials pitted one side, and Carlsen again, he single-handedly outweighs them all. And for that kind of a guy, and even for any kind of a guy, to say he has been disqualified from participating in one game of the events, which was very crucial. I'll come later upon this aspect. To disqualify him on the grounds that he violated the dress code. Come on, guys. This is 2024. He was not without dress. As you could say it was improper or whatever the code was, and I don't want to get into the legalities, but it is lack of common sense if it is just for this. And this is why I believe it is not just for this. Some other scores had to be settled, which I'll come upon right now. So you could have fined him. You could have found, you made a $200 fine. You could have fined him the entire match fee, or there are umpteen number of these kind of things are done in different kind of sports. For example, for tennis players, if they do not come with the right gear. But to disqualify for a game, isn't it too big a price to pay for someone like him? Isn't Fide were not going overboard with this? And this is where I believe the Fide is on the wrong. It's being foxy and smart here. And why? Because Carlsen had kind of a troubled start and some time people have been waiting for this, but at the end of the day, Carlsen's time will also come. He'll also fade away. And it seemed like this tournament was not going, although 5 days ahead, he won a great tournament, the Rapid Championship in Norway. But this tournament, he did not have the best of the starts. He lost a game against one of the great players, upcoming players, in the round one, in the round game 5 of the first day. And yesterday also he won 3 games and he lost. So he was not on the leaderboard, in the top 5 leaderboards. He was just lagging behind because I guess he had something like 5 or something. 5.5. I don't know, I'm not remembering the exact score. This is not the point. What I'm saying is, because one game was taken away from him, it really became very difficult for him. It was almost like saying Carlsen cannot finish on the podium. He cannot come 1, 2 and 3. Because already he didn't win a game. He was on the, he already had a loss. And this another loss compounded it. So very apt time was chosen to make this kind of punishment and to settle the scores. Because now they have come, Carlsen knew that he was not going to win this tournament. So what did he do? He quit the tournament. And I don't believe this. He doesn't come across as a quitter. I don't believe that he comes across as a quitter on the count of just because he's going to lose. He has lost matches. He doesn't come across as someone, although all the people who are the apex of their power, at the peak of their powers, they hate losing. But he is fearful of losing. I don't. He doesn't take himself that seriously. If you look at him, he believes that he's the best player in the world, and rightly so. But he doesn't take himself so seriously that he'll never be beaten. In all the tournaments, he has to be the world champion. He has to be the number 1. I don't believe it. And there was World Blitz, which is his forte. So there's no reason not to believe that Carlsen was once again going to be the world champion in both the formats, Rapid and although some could argue it could not be. But my point here is, Fide chose this moment because they could then paint it that Carlsen deliberately quit the tournament, withdraw from the tournament because he knew that he's not going to win the tournament. So he found an easy way out. And this is what I find very, very shameful, very problematic. It is not just for the genes. I cannot believe this. And any sane person would not believe that this is just for the sake of genes. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's entire iceberg below it. And in time, things will come out. Before leaving a word, how does it impact the tournament? Because Fide guys, I'll not use the word, but they've taken all the sheen out of the tournament. For example, not tomorrow, Caruana or say Arjun, because he's leading, Arjun or Caruana or anyone else wins the tournament. It takes away all of their, it takes away all of their winning, it takes a bit of shine of their win. Because everyone will say, if Carlsen was there, they would not have won. And is it right? So Fide could have dealt it very differently, handled it very maturely. And on the part of Carlsen, he didn't have a choice. I believe that he didn't have a choice. And I am with the team Carlsen here. I am going to say, I believe he was on the right. He was left with no choice. And he was forced into this kind of place where he had to quit to save his kind of honor. Hope I would have given some food for thought. I would have at least provided you perspective to look upon this issue. With this, signing off. If you believe, if there's something more to add, if you believe this, it could, I was on the wrong in some part, or there's something more to this entire saga, we'll kindly request you to please post a comment and share this video with your mates and friends and all. With this, signing off. Meet you with the next video. Bye and see you all.